Today we are looking at a calendar clock, a clock that keeps the time and the date mechanically. So this clock was made in 1974 by New England Clock Company. I bought this clock about 4 years ago at a garage sale. I was actually shopping for another clock when the owner mentioned they had a broken one in the basement. So I inquired about it and they actually ended up giving it to me. And here's what it looked like when I first got it. So I opened it up and I was surprised at how clean it was inside. With the door closed, most of the dust was just contained to the outside, and all of the wood pieces that were broken off, the key, the original instructions were all inside of the clock. Usually that doesn't happen. I cleaned it up, I reattached the wood, and oiled the movement, and it's a great running clock. Here is the manufacturer label. It's in really good shape, but then again, the clock is only 45 years old. The height of the clock is 28 3/4 inches. The width is 15.5 inches. The depth is 6.5 inches. And the weight comes in just under 10 pounds. Let's look closely at the dial. It's 9.5 inches in diameter. There's an extra long hand and it's red, not black. This is the calendar hand, indicating the day by pointing to numbers outside the time ring. Notice that the time numerals are Roman and the date numerals are Arabic. The calendar hand will usually advance between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. You might be wondering, how does this clock know if it's going to be a short or long month? Well, it doesn't. For a month with less than 31 days, I have to advance the calendar hand manually. It's spring wound and a time-only model. You can tell this by counting the number of winding arbors. It has 1. Some will have 2 and strike the hour and half past. This clock will run about a week on a winding. The instructions actually say you can move the hands forward or backward to set the time and date. You know, I was taught never to move clock hands backwards or you can mess up the movement. Apparently, this is one of the rare exceptions. There's a lot of different styles of calendar clocks out there. You'll know one when you see the numbers 1 through 31 on the dial. Some more desirable models actually have a separate dial just for the calendar part, and some will even tell you what day of the week it is. Some of these high-end calendar clocks adjust for the number of days in the month and even leap years. All mechanical, no electronics. It's just super cool. Calendar clocks are getting hard to find locally. If I were you and wanting to buy one, I would probably look at eBay first and just see what's out there. There's a few different styles and brands. Some of your more named brands would be Seth Thomas, Ithaca. There were some calendar clocks made by Waterbury, Welch, Sessions, and of course New England. The one I have here by New England is probably worth about $150. It's kind of a lower quality than what you'd find in a Seth Thomas or an Ithaca. Those actually bring quite a bit. Some of those have the functions I was talking about earlier. I also recommend getting one that is running. Parts can be kind of hard to find. Sometimes it's not that bad. I mean, sometimes you can be lucky and it just needs some cleaning and a good oiling. But other times you could get in there and it's just shot. Calendar clocks just aren't that common. You just don't see them very often, and so when you find one, it's a treasure, and they just make a great statement piece for your home. And it's just a cool way to know the time and date. If you like this video, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and stay tuned for future videos about clocks. Thank you for watching.